this was Miss Mary. You like my giraffe mask? Isn't that cool? I'm gonna take that off for story time, okay? But whenever I'm close to people, I always wear a mask. I hope you do too. Are you ready? Let's have story time. If you're ready for a story, wave hello. If you're ready for a story, wave hello. If you're ready for a story and you want us all to know, if you're ready for a story, wave hello. If you're ready for a story, meow like a cat. Meow. If you're ready for a story, meow like a cat. Meow. If you're ready for a story and you want us all to know, if you're ready for a story, meow like a cat. Meow. So good to see everybody again. I hope that you're staying safe and healthy, wearing your mask, washing your hands, keeping your distance from people. That's why we get to share story times this way. So I thought today we could have more stories about using our imagination. The first story I have for us is called They All Saw a Cat. And this one was written and illustrated by Wenzel. And once again, it's got that silver sticker, so you know this was one of the best picture books of the year. They all saw a cat. What do you think that is? They tell me that's cat hair. They all saw a cat. The cat walked through the world with its whiskers, ears, and paws. That looks like a cat, doesn't it? And the child saw a cat. What a friendly cat. And the dog saw a cat. The cat looks a little different, doesn't it? And the fox saw a cat. It looks different again. Yes, they all saw the cat. The cat walked through the world with its whiskers, ears, and paws. And the fish saw the cat. Do you think that's what a cat looks like when a fish is in the water looking at it? I think so. And the mouse saw a cat. That cat looks scary, I think. And the bee saw the cat. Yes, they all saw the cat. The cat walked through the world with its whiskers, ears, and paws. And the bird saw a cat. Do you see the cat? It's down here and small. I think because the bird is flying up high. And the flea saw a cat. You see that little teeny tiny flea up there? In the cat's hair. And the snake saw the cat. And the skunk saw the cat. And the worm saw a cat. I really like this one because the worm is underground. Cool, huh? And the bat saw a cat. Yes, they all saw a cat. Yes, they all saw a cat. Look at that picture. Do you see a part of the cat that is how the fish saw it? Or a part of the cat that is how the bee saw it? Or the dog? Can you find all the parts? You know, one of them that I really like is this part here that's blue with the white dots, where it says that's how the bat saw the cat. Because you know what? Bats don't see very well, but they hear really well. And so they hear sounds as they bounce around. And so the bat could tell the shape of the cat by how it sounded, even if he couldn't see really what it looked like. Isn't that great? So, let's go back to, yes, they all saw a cat. A child and a dog and a fox and a fish and a mouse and a bee and a bird and a flea and a snake and a skunk and a worm and a bat. The cat knew them all, and they knew the cat. And the cat walked through the world with its whiskers, ears, and paws. and it came to the water. And imagine what the cat saw. Do you ever look at your reflection in the water? Does it look kind of wavy like that? Cool, huh? So that one is called They All Saw a Cat. I like that one a lot because you use your imagination to think of how the different animals saw the cat. All right, you know what? I think it's time to get up and move around. I've got a song for us to dance to, and I'm hoping that my friend Allie will dance with us. All righty, I'm gonna move my chair out of the way. I'm gonna bring in the words of the song. Can everybody see those? All right, and then I'm gonna start playing the music. Are you ready? Okay.
I made a list of all the dances in this song. I made a list so that I'd never sing them wrong.
Can you see the list? Are you
'Cause
ready?
It's hard to remember and easy to forget. A list that is 16 dances long.
You ready? We're gonna do different dances.
You do the tall, you do the small, you do the hop and the stop. You do the slow, do the tiptoe, you do the curl and do the twirl. You do the hide, do the slide, do the sleep and do the creep. You do the slump, you do the jump, you do the sway and do the stay. We've done dances like the tiptoe and the hop. We've done them, but it's still not time to stop. Cause though we danced it one time, the list would seem brand new if we read it from the bottom to the top. You do the stay, do the sway, do the jump, and do the slump. You do the creep, and do the sleep, do the slide, and do the hide. You do the twirl, you do the curl, do the tiptoe, and the go slow. You do the stop, you do the hop, you do the small, and the tall.
Thank you for dancing with me, Miss Allie. Wasn't that fun? Hey, you know what? That song was written and sung for us by Jim Gill. He does some great songs. In fact, you'll be hearing a lot more of his songs in our story times because, get this, when he found out that we were doing virtual story times, he said, hey, use all my music. They're pretty fun. So I want you to know, Jim Gill, pretty cool guy. And do you know what else? We have his CDs at the library. It's true. So if you wanted to sing and dance at home, we can set you up. How about another story? Now, for this one, it's again about what do you see in the picture? What do you see or what do you not see? This book is called Adrian Simcox Does Not Have a Horse. And this one is from Marcy Campbell and Karina Lukin. I really like Ms. Lukin's illustrations. They're pretty neat looking. Adrian Simcox does not have a horse. Adrian Simcox, that's him down here with red hair. Adrian Simcox sits all by himself, probably daydreaming again. And Adrian Simcox tells anyone who will listen that he has a horse. I don't have a horse. I have some toy horses, but I don't have a real horse. Do you have a horse? Let's find out about Adrian Simcox's. Some kids didn't believe him. Some kids did. I don't. He lives in town like me, and I know you can't have a horse in town. Where would he put it? I asked Jamie at recess. Jamie said Adrian lives with his grandpa, and their house is very small, and there's hardly any yard. She said, the horse goes to the country sometimes. That's what Adrian said. Jamie will believe anything. I told my mom about Adrian's horse and how he definitely does not have one. She said. And how would you know, Miss Smarty Pants? Sounds like a mom. Because I know. Adrian Simcox does not have a horse. Adrian Simcox gets the free lunch at school and his shoes have holes, and Kelsey told me her cousin has a horse and it's super expensive. He can't take care of a horse. Adrian Simcox can't even take care of his desk. Look at how messy his desk is. It looks just like mine. Our teacher always says, we must try to be understanding. We must be patient. But I was tired of being patient with Adrian Simcox and tired of trying to understand why he kept telling everyone he had a horse when he did not. The next day by the swings, he was telling a bunch of little kids about his beautiful horse with a white coat and golden mane, saying she had the biggest, brownest eyes of any horse anywhere. Isn't that a nice picture? So I yelled from the monkey bars, he's lying! Adrian Simcox does not have a horse! And even though I was upside down, I could see that made Adrian Simcox really sad. That night, I told my mom how Adrian was lying about his horse again, and she said, Chloe, it's time to take Chompers for a walk. That's Chompers. A little dog is a perfectly normal pet to have in town. Mom walked even faster than usual, so I had to run with Chompers to keep up. But when she got to the corner where we always turn left, she turned right. Why are we going over here? I asked. Chompers loved it, but I didn't. All the houses looked like they might fall down, and even though it wasn't trash day, it kind of looked like it was. But Mom kept walking. When someone said, good evening, she said, evening, right back. And then I saw him, Adrian Simcox, at a little house down the street. I stopped walking. Chompers kept pulling. That's Adrian Simcox, I said. Yes, I know. I met his grandpa at the back-to-school picnic. Now come on, said Mom. Isn't that a pretty picture? I like all the colors in that one. It was the tiniest house I ever saw. It looked like half of our house. Mom started talking to Adrian's grandpa, and Adrian said, I like your dog. Chompers pulled the leash from my hand and went over and licked Adrian Simcox right on the face. I could see the backyard. It was no place for a horse, that's for sure. I could feel some words coming up in my throat and tangling in there, like when I swallowed something and it went down the wrong pipe. You do not have a horse. But I didn't say it out loud because of how Adrian was looking and how it reminded me of when I told those little kids that he was lying. Adrian Simcox tossed a ball to me. I caught it. I tossed it back to him. It was kind of cool to see Adrian Simcox smile. So I asked him, is your horse at a farm? And Adrian started talking about his horse with a white coat and golden mane and the biggest, brownest eyes of any horse anywhere. And then I thought Adrian Simcox had just about the best imagination of any kid in our whole school. I also thought he has the most beautiful horse of anyone, anywhere. Do you see a horse in this picture? Let me help you. Here's the horse's head, a big brown eye, and the mane. And once you see that much, then you can see the rest of the horse over here. And if you look at it, you can see that the illustrator hid the horse in the picture. And in fact, if we go back to other parts of the book, we can see here, Adrian is putting his forehead against the horse's forehead. Again, there's the eye and the white mane. There's a horse there. And when Adrian Simcox was talking to the children in the playground, do you remember that part? When she was kind of unkind to him, we saw a horse in the drawing. Do you see that he drew a horse with his blue sidewalk chalk? Pretty neat, huh? There are some other horses in this book. I didn't show them all to you, but I am going to show you this cover. I hope it's not glaring. I hope you can see that okay. That there's a horse in that illustration. Can you see it? Pretty neat, huh? It's a fun story to read. It's a really fun story to look at. Those are my favorite kinds of books. So before we finish up today, I thought maybe we could have a little craft. We had 2 books about how animals look and different ways to draw them. So I wanted to see how fast I could draw 2 animals. So they're not very fancy, but I drew a black cat with a white belly. That looks like my kitty cat at home. And I also drew a giraffe, which is my favorite animal in the whole world. So you can see those pictures. I would love for you guys to draw some pictures of animals. You can do simple ones like this, or maybe you could draw an animal like in the horse book, where it's kind of, it's the shape of things, or maybe you could draw a cat in all the ways that other animals see them. Use your, what? Imagination. Say it with me. Use your imagination. Awesome. All right, folks, so let's sing our farewell song, and we'll get on with our artwork. See you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear, wave goodbye, butterfly. Bye-bye, everybody.